Hey, what's going on, y'all? Apologies if you hear my dog in the background. She's getting some water. Hopefully she doesn't hit the tripod. If she does, I apologize. But I want to make a video today about the rifle that I took to Warrior Poet Society, Rifle 1. And I'm also going to be taking it to Rifle 2. I'm taking Rifle 2 2 weeks from now up at Tactical Response up near Camden, Tennessee. So I've had a lot of AR-15s over the years. I got my first AR-15 in 2005. So for 20 years I've had AR-15s and just, I don't know, got bit by the bug with ARs. But had a lot of them. I'm not saying this is the best AR out there, but it's my go-to. And I've had a lot of ARs. I've had, will you go on? I've had a Knight's Armament SR-15. I've had Geisley, LWRC, multiple Daniel Defense, multiple Mark 18s, M4A1s from Daniel Defense. I've just had a lot of ARs, a lot of really good ones. And so far, this is my favorite. I would put it up there. I'm always, with everything, the gun included, I'm always changing and adapting as I learn what I like, as I learn what works, what doesn't work. I'll change it up. But anyway, let's get into it. This gun is clear, has a loaded magazine, but this is an LMT 16-inch MRP upper on a Daniel Defense lower. Now this setup has changed just a little bit from what I took to the class. I actually had a different lower with a Magpul bad lever, which this does not have a bad lever, but I've had this lower for a long time and I really like it. So this is what I will be taking. This setup is what I'll be taking to Rifle 2. So I'll start from the back and just work my way up, and I'm not gonna talk about every little thing. Just know if you want my opinion on something, if it's on my gun, I like it, it's vetted, I've tested it, and in my opinion, it's reliable and it's worth your money, and I'll bet my life on it. And more importantly than my life, I have 2 young kids, and you know, I would trust their lives to any piece of gear that's on this gun. So I can't give anything a better review than that. So starting from the back, I've got Salt Mod style stock B5. Again, Daniel Defense lower. Standard safety selector, Daniel Defense. I got a Tango down grip. Geisley trigger. This is called the Super Dynamic Enhanced trigger. It's basically the SSAE, but with a flat trigger bow. Geisley, what they call the Maritime bolt catch over here. I do like that being extended a little bit. But yeah, it's pretty basic. And PMags. I like PMags. They just work. There were people at Rifle 1 that were having problems, and one dude was swearing up and down that it was the magazines. PMags are just generally really good, so I run PMags. Moving into the upper, again, basically it's just a 16-inch LMT upper. It's the MRP, which is called the monolithic rail platform. So this is all one piece. There's videos on YouTube of the LMT MRP series of guns. Watch those if you want to watch them. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but do know that I believe LMT, in my experience with guns and all the ones I've had, again, I've had Knight's Armament, I have a 416 clone, I've shot a real 416, my buddy has one that I shoot with all the time. I've had Daniel Defense, BCM, I've had a lot of AR-15s, Colt, FN, I've had a lot of ARs, wasted a lot of money on ARs. And I'm telling you, my opinion, LMT is up there with the best that you can get for your money. That's just my opinion. You're not going to change that opinion because of multiple things. So what does a gun have to have? What qualities does a gun have to be the best for me? Well, it's got to be durable, number one. It's got to fire every time I pull the trigger, no matter what and I vet that over round count, over thousands of rounds down the barrel. I see, is this gun gonna malfunction? Is it gonna work? This gun right here has approximately 1,000 rounds on it. Didn't keep track of it exactly, but approximately 1,000 rounds. And I have not had a single malfunction in this gun. Get on, dog, go, go, quit licking my foot. This gun has not had a single malfunction. So over that course of 1,000 rounds, now I may jinx myself and it may start jamming up tomorrow, but so far it's not had a single, and I'm not lying to you, it's not had a single malfunction. Not a double feed, not a stuck case, not a failure to feed, failure to extract, nothing. I've not had a single issue out of this gun. Now the upper is not completely internally LMT. My bolt carrier that I'm using, I don't know if you can see, but it's a LMT enhanced bolt carrier group, nickel boron coated. Really like that, it's easy to clean off. Has a really good lubricity property to it. I keep these things lubed like crazy. I'll show you the lube that I use here in a minute. The charging handle I use is a Noveski super badass charging handle. I don't know if you can see it there really, but Noveski, basically the same shape kind of as a Geisley Airborne. I really like it. But yeah, so it's LMT barrel, upper, LMT enhanced bolt carrier group, Noveski charging handle. I like a flash hider so I don't have a lot of concussion and I don't just blow the socks off the person shooting next to me on a firing line. I use this is a BCM compensator, so it's the same shape, size, everything as a bird cage, but it has a good compensation effect, keep that muzzle down to kind of help tame vertical recoil a little bit. As far as accessories that's on the gun, Blue Force Gear sling, I've had this thing for years. 2-point sling attached to the buttstock back here, attached to the end of the fore-end, which I do run sometimes, and sometimes I'll take it off and pop it in this little mag pull QD socket I have right here. Just depends. If I'm out walking, like I've mentioned in other video, if I'm out walking the trails, like patrolling, if you will, I'm not patrolling, but if I'm out hiking and using my gear while I hike to figure out how it works, I like to keep this thing out here towards the end of the gun. I feel like it keeps it closer to me, a little tighter. I like it out here for like walking around. But you know, doing drills on the range, I kind of like the sling right here. Gives you a little bit more room, so on and so forth. There's no right answer to that, but I do prefer this back one back here on the stock. Other accessories that's on here is an Enforced WML. I've heard people on Reddit talk crap about this light. I've never had a failure out of it. I don't know, it works for me. I have a Surefire 600 series rolling around in a drawer in there. And the reason that I don't have that on the gun is because it's twice the weight of this light. And I believe in keeping things lightweight. I just like to keep stuff lightweight. So optics setup on here, EOTech G34 magnifier, I believe is the one this is, the G34. I've had this thing for a long time, this EOTech magnifier. The Unity mount, because I put a Unity riser on my red dot. Now this red dot has a Reptilia 193 mount, but I wanted to try it out up a little bit higher, and I do like that. So I put the Unity mount, which I had for an EOTech, I put the Unity riser on here, this, you know, on there, so it's raised up, it's higher. I don't have to crane my neck down when I'm getting on the gun. And the Unity riser for the EOTech magnifier just pops to center, gets out of the way. I like that, but again, I don't like to keep a lot of weight on the gun, so a lot of times this is a QD lever over here. It's kind of hard to get on and off, but most of the time, if I'm just in home defense mode, I'll take the magnifier off and I'll just run it with a red dot because it saves weight. Now, as far as some of you out there that may be thinking, oh, let me mention the lube real quick. I've used a lot of different CLPs in my day on AR-15s. Which one do I like the most? This right here. This will stick with you. Motor oil. This is motorcycle oil. This is Yama lube. Full synthetic 10W40. I put that on there. sticks with you. I ran it 3 classes. Chet to film me. It stays on the bolt carrier, keeps it nice and lubricated, good to go. Also got a chopped off little BCM hand grip right here, just because I kind of like that. You know, I kind of like having something to pull into. So again, now some of you may be thinking, LMT, man, that's nice, but those things are expensive. Like if you look at, you know, buying an LMT MRP upper end of barrel, because these are like a quick change type barrel, they are around $1,400–1,500 bucks, and yeah, that's expensive. But this is the second LMT upper that I've had. This is the M-Lock version. I've also had the Picatinny version of this with a 14.5 barrel. This is a 16-inch barrel. If you look on a website called Rooftop Defense, they sell a lot of high-end stuff, Knights Ornament, LMT, and you can get these kits on there, which is a brand spanking new MRP upper with a barrel that was basically used for training. They're clean, they're inspected. The barrels have estimated between 200 and 500 rounds on them, which is nothing for a modern AR-15. And you can get that kit for like 900 bucks. I don't know what it is after shipping and tax, but it's like $900 for an LMT upper. You just have to provide your own muzzle device, bolt carrier, charging handle, and you have an LMT upper. So in my opinion, that's a very good price for an LMT upper receiver. So this gun has to be durable, has to be accurate, and this was the first group that I fired when I was zeroing this red dot on this upper. Now this was with the ammo that I took to the class, which is Hornady Frontier 55 grain match hollow point ammunition. And I'll tell you, it's pretty good. So here was my first group, 1, 2, 3, kind of a little vertical or a horizontal group. Made an adjustment, and I really took my time on these, and that's a 3-round group at 50 yards, and you can see basically the size of your fingernail. That I would say about the size of a dime at 50 yards. But it's an accurate gun. So that's the gun I took to the course. It is slightly different than rifle one. Same optic, it's just higher. Same light, same sling, same everything except for the lower, a little bit different. I don't have a bad lever on here, but basically the same gun. Like I said, this has over 1,000 rounds on it now, at least 1,000. I believe it's a little bit more than 1,000. Should have kept better count, but I just shoot sometimes. But it's been perfect. I haven't had any problems out of it. So that's my gun. That's my primary rifle. I have other ones. I'll make videos on some of my other ARs that I have. Got some pretty cool ones rolling around. So yeah, anyway, just wanted to get this out there and start making some videos about the gear that I take to classes, and you know, the gear that I know really works. And you know, if you guys are in the market for something, maybe this will help you out, maybe help you make a decision. If you're looking for a really good AR and you've got some cash, you know, what should you get? I should mention real quick, this optic is a Sig Sauer Romeo 4T. I got a good deal on this optic. These are everywhere else I looked, they're like $5.25, $5.50, and I found these, they're just on Amazon. I don't know if they're still this price, but I bought this one off Amazon for like $3.20, so about 200 bucks off. So really good deal. But anyway, that's my gun. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.